think the definition of good leadership has been the same definition forever. It's not a modern definition. It's good leadership is someone who takes responsibility for those around them, who works to see those around them rise. So I think a lot of people think that leadership is all about, vision and all of these things, and those things are important. But the most important skills that a leader needs to learn are human skills. The closest thing to leadership is parenting. And yes, it's good to have vision as a parent, but really you want to learn how to communicate and learn empathy and learn how to talk to people and have the desire to take care of those around them, those around you. Leadership is exactly the same. It's an extremely human skill set. I think that we are suffering a leadership crisis in the business world today, where leadership in the 80s and 90s especially started to become much more selfish, much more about short-term results. And I think we're starting to see change happening. We're starting to see a rebellion against the old 80s and 90s form of leadership. We're starting to see people push back against the shareholder supremacy model, the idea of putting ourselves before others, the company even before the customer. And I think the big challenges of the next 5 years are for leaders to really adjust the way that they lead their businesses and lead their people to embrace a new or a different model of leadership that's much more human focused and long-term focused. So a lot of my work is based on the biology and anthropology of human beings. We know that trust is important. Well, trust is not some mythical thing. It's grounded in biology and anthropology. Human behavior comes from somewhere. And so I found it very interesting to start looking at the biology and anthropology of things like trust, of things like cooperation, of things like passion, of things like anxiety and stress, and overlaying corporate cultures on top of them to see why it's working and why it's not. Remember, the human being is a very old animal. We're a legacy machine. We haven't changed in 50,000 years. It's the world around us that has changed. And so many of the systems inside us that have evolved for us to survive and thrive were for a different time. And so the question is, what does this modern world do to hijack these systems? And the more we can learn about that, the more we can better manage our stress and be more productive and thrive in this modern world. So I talk about infinite mindsets, where a finite mindset is all about a short-term result, and it's obsessing about winning or being the best or being number one. The problem is in business, there's no such thing. Nobody's declared the winner of business because there's no finish line. And so an infinite mindset is understanding that because there cannot be a winner in business, we need to change the way we view the world, the way we make decisions for the world we're actually in. When we play in an infinite game like business with a finite mindset, the problem is we destroy trust, we destroy cooperation, and we destroy innovation. So I think one of the big challenges we have in business is we view the other players in the game as competitors. And the reality is, there's really no such thing as winning or being number one or beating your competition. If you're ahead, first of all, you chose the metrics and you chose the time frames. And even if you are number one, you're only a number one for now. Because the future is uncertain. A healthier way to view the other players in the game is rather as rivals. And some of those rivals are worthy rivals, worthy of comparison. And sometimes their strengths reveal to us our weaknesses. This is an opportunity for us to take a hard look at ourselves and work to improve. But if all we do is obsess about the competition, that means we're playing with the wrong mindset for the game we're in. We're trying to win in a game that's unwinnable. One of the big challenges we have in our digital world is it's disconnected us from people. We all know the frustration of trying to do customer service with a touch-tone automated system. It's cheaper for the company, it's more efficient for the company, but for us, it's the worst experience. And all we want to do is hit 000 to talk to a damn human being, right? In other words, human is better. And you look at school as well. Sure, we can teach more subjects to more people if we made schools completely digital, but what makes school valuable is interaction with the teacher and interaction with other students. It's not just the subject, it's not just the textbook. And this is very true in business as well. We automate so many systems that we start to disconnect ourselves from each other and our leaders. You know, leaders want to find out how people feel about their company, so they send out a digital questionnaire. Or you could just walk around and ask people. You know, we've forgotten that. Both are important, but one is not a replacement for the other. And I think too much we use digital to replace human interaction.